Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, thank you for joining on a video that I am quite honored to do. This is, in the world of muscle cars and things like that, everybody has like who started rock and roll and when did the first muscle car come out and all those things that are the beginning of things. And so we all have our favorite flavors. We all have a time that started something, that started an era within itself. In my opinion, this right here is really, when you think about taking your family out in a dual quad, twin 4-barrel carbs, okay, 409 cubic inch super sport convertible, right? This was a really expensive car for its time. And I'm talking about Corvette expensive, all right? So how many people would order this car? Very few people. How many of these are left? Even fewer of those, which we know about, right? And how many, okay, are showing an original 42,210 miles on it, all right? This is believed to be original. We're just from the second owner of this car. He said it was original. He purchased it from the first owner who is still alive, and they said it's original as well. So we're gonna take a minute and look at this car, and truly an iconic car. Think about that, 409 dual quad, 4-speed Impala Super Sport convertible. I'm spitting all over the place because I'm so excited. Anyway, let's check out the paint, because the paint is important because you're going to want to take this to a car show. So come on up here, all right? And what you're looking for is you're looking for how clear you can read every one of these words. Not this, here, all right? You're online, you're looking at this car. Maybe there is another car like it. I doubt it, but maybe there is another car like it. But if there is, you should have them do that. Have them walk around the car. Get you a high definition video. Get 35 pics. Get free enclosed shipping. Get a free 1-year warranty with the car. Make sure they'll do all of that for what we're willing to do for you as well, okay? So we looked at some great paint. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about style. Now remember, in the 50s, the jet age was upon us, all right? And now the jet age is here and it's moved into this car as well. And think about this, this is a sedan, all right? This came as a 4-door as well, right? And so it still has some of these great styling features. For instance, like the intakes for the jet engine right here, and this great mug with the Chevrolet signature kind of grille that comes on the cars, all right? Super sport spinner caps, all right? This nice piece of molding down the side with the engine turn trim mounted inside of it like it's supposed to be, all right? I've seen this with rally wheels on it, and they look just as good with rally wheels too. If you want to up that and put a set of those on, it looks really nice, all right? Twin antennas in the back, cool styling statement, seriously. Twin antennas, call out right here. This is typically what the last thing people will see when they're at the light and they want to drag race with you. This is what they see going by them, and that's the call out. We'll come back here, and now we have a little bit more of the jet age. Here's the exhaust vents of the jet coming out, the machine turned trim in here, a la Super Sport kind of thing. This has new bumpers on it, this has new paint on it, and we spent roughly, I was told it was restored when I purchased it, and I had it inspected, okay? They told me it was restored. It was not. I spent $7,000 on this car when it arrived, finishing the restoration of it. And I'm talking about just mechanical work, all right? So we put a lot of money into this car. I think it's a car that not only can you enjoy and take for a long drive, it's a car sure to appreciate in value because it's clearly been doing that for a long time, all right? So enough of my rambling. How about we go look under the hood, because under the hood is why you're buying this car. All right. Oh, mother of God, what is under here, I ask you? All right, so come on up here and check this out for a second. So there's no mistaking the 409. You got the double hump heads right there. These valve covers clearly show out. This is the dual quad air cleaner, all right? I'm gonna have this stud shortened because I don't like it that long, because if I go to a car show, I want it to look right. Got the battery topper there. We got the tower clamps around. We got GM hoses, all right? Got the insulation under here, finishing that off nicely. Power brakes on the car and power steering. If you haven't asked about that on these other cars, don't forget, they don't come on these cars. You don't get that standard. You want to make sure you get some things like the power top, the power steering, the power brakes, so that makes the drivability significantly better. These are big cars, and a manual steering car, if this size, is a little bit tough to wheel around. The power steering makes for a really nice change. So before I get into the trunk of this car, I just wanted to, this is a really nice styling treatment. Look at this. I know it's little stuff, but there's a little stuff like this that makes cars look great. Like this right here, cast into the bumper. This machine turned dash. These wings, right? I can fly. Engine exhaust. It's just nice. And then when you can open the trunk and it sounds like this. That's the way you want it to sound. You don't want it to rattle and clink and be crushed. Look at the detail inside here, okay? Spare tire and jack. And you say, well, what's the big deal about having a spare tire and jack? Well, what's the big deal about that is that 9 times out of 10, these cars don't come with a spare tire and jack. And it's nice to have it in here so it's filled up in here. Trunk mat's in here, jacking instructions are in here, all right? You want to be able to go to a show. I want you to go to a show. I want you to open the trunk and open the hood if you want to. If you just want to take the kids out or another couple out or go cruise in the car, do that. But if you want to take it to a show, this right here will allow you to do that. And you know what? And you'll look really good at that show. All right, so part of the style of this car, believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, is the back seat. Most cars have never done this, where this is an upgraded interior, right? The Super Sport right here, as well as this cutout for a rear speaker back in the day. These buttons in here look really nice because they go all the way through to the door panels, then the engine turn dash in there. I just wanted you to see there's a little bit of style everywhere. For instance, the chrome trim around these seats. The reason why people never say, well, that's a great looking car, but they never really know why it's a great looking car. And these are the little tiny things that all add up to a really cool car. The boot that fits properly the way it's supposed to. The convertible top that's nice and underneath there. And then once we get in here, what I'd like to point out this car right here, 50 years old, and listen, that's a real deal car still, you know? It hasn't been drag raced and killed and crushed and all those horrible things that happen to these cars. Original AM radio in here, original Super Sport wheel. Any of the Impalas that got over 300 horsepower automatically got a tachometer in them. This obviously has more than 300 horsepower, and it has the correct tach in there as well, all right? Console with the engine turn dash, the 4-speed, okay? We do have a new knob, but this is the original knob for the car, all right? So I don't know whether you want me to leave it on there or give it to you and give you a new shifter knob in there. I was on the fence about that, so I didn't really know what to do because it's kind of cool to see, like, wow, that's an original style knob, and it's 50 years old, so I don't know. Anyway, what I have not done for you is started this little cream puff and put this tiny, tiny, tiny little engine and its tiny little carburetors to make tiny little bits of power, but I'm going to do it anyway for you because you deserve it. Can you imagine 1963 and you tell the wife, we're getting a little family convertible, no big deal, we can take some friends out and the kids out, and you have this giant honking motor under the hood and this shifter, and the first time you get on it and she's in the seat, she knows what just happened. How you doing, honey? All right, so let's close up this video. I want you to think about something. The race to be at 1 horsepower per cubic inch, all right, we got there. Here we've exceeded that. We're at 409 cubic inches with 425 real horsepower. When you rev this car, the body shakes like this because of the torque of the motor. That 4-speed in your hand is awesome, man. The top down makes a nice rumble, and then you throw in the factory gauges, the SS caps, the QB coated motor like it's supposed to have in it, and you have a real piece of history that I feel is investment grade. And you say, well, why is it investment grade? How could you possibly know that? You're right. How could I possibly know that? But I do know this, that this car did not sell for what it's selling for today when it was new, so it's clearly been going up. And it can continue to do that, and you should be driving it while it's doing that instead of sitting on the side of the road watching it go by. Anyway, call us, 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this 409 4-speed dual quad Super Sport convertible.